He'll fade out. Louis Riddick.
Technical difficulties back here. It's all good.
Louis Riddick. The Niners are going to be tortured by this loss.
Look, I put it on social media just the other day. I said San Francisco's coaches are going to be absolutely tortured for the rest of their life about this football game, considering all the chances they had to put it away. They should have won that football game in many respects, and that's not taking anything away from what Kansas City has accomplished. Because, look, you guys know how I feel about this football team from top to bottom, from their general manager to their head coach to their quarterback. I've been on their, bandwagon waving pom-pom since day one. But the fact of the matter is, San Francisco, I thought was going to close out that game. I thought they would make a play to close out that game until Patrick got the ball last, and I was like, they're in trouble now. Now they're in trouble because now he has life, and now he's going to make a play. They played for 3.5 quarters of that game. Basically, for like 90% of that game, they played good enough defense to win it, and then they just ran out of gas. They ran out of gas, and Patrick said, that's it, it's winning time. I'm going to take this game from you. That is going to haunt this organization for a long... I probably wouldn't watch the tape. I wouldn't watch the tape, man. I would have just got on a plane and went to an island somewhere and absolutely stayed hammered for days. Because I don't want to remember what happened.
Yeah, see, I just... It's tough. It's really tough. He's not wrong. All those things, he's right. The losses stick with you way more than the wins. And they do. They just do. They just do. Like, I hate losing much more than I even like winning, and I love winning. I love winning. Doesn't matter what it is. God.
That's... Here's Shanahan on the future Steve Wilkes.
No, that's stuff that, we'll talk about a ton as this week goes. We'll talk about a ton in the offseason. Where we want our team to be, our defense, our offense, special teams, and that's a lot of conversations, a lot of film, a lot of personnel or salary cap things we got to discuss, drafts. So, no, we're just haven't even watched the game yet, to tell you the truth.
Let me paraphrase that.
Yeah.
Steve Wilkes, hope you to buy a house out here.
When you have to, in the main moments of the game, slam the surface
slammed it in
down.
overtime. He slammed the Microsoft Surface, Shanahan. The defense kept you in the game. How selfish is Shanahan to do that? I'm sorry. I like Shanahan. He doesn't deserve to be fired. But how selfish of him when his offense is out there playing like jokers and turning the ball over and getting called for pre-snap penalties. And the defense played their ass off against Mahomes, playing well.
Can I ask you a question? And I want you to be realistic with me for just a second. Do you believe in curses even a little or any kind of superstitions on that level? Or no, not at all? You don't subscribe to any of that?
Why? You come up with the Colin Kaepernick curse?
No, I just, we're very tortured right now. We've lost 7 NFC championship games in Super Bowls.
It's their own doing.
No,
they blew it.
I'm aware.
Giving up a 3rd and 15 had nothing to do with a curse. It had something to do with Emmanuel Mosley not dropping back in his zone and
I don't mean
Jimmy Ward
curse like that.
No, I hear you, but then
the ball touches the ground 5 times and not one of them bounces to you.
Well, it's self-inflicted.
Well, I guess they got the one.
They got the one, but no, it happens. Right place, right time. I don't know. I don't believe. No, not with this team.
I do believe in tortured existences. There are certain people, certain things that are tortured in life, hotels that might be haunted, whatever you want to call it. I do believe in those things. Call me a sucker, call me a whack job, fine. I know I'm weird. Yeah. But I will say this, it does have the feelings of we're just a very tortured fan base right now.
Well, you blow 10-point leads. That ain't curses. That's just you not taking care of businesses and finishing. You don't have enough finishers. But, maybe there's something to it. What is it, the curse? Candlestick curse?
I don't know.
The Kaepernick curse?
Well, they lost championship games.
Why would we be? Why would this franchise be cursed? They've done everything right. Here's Shanahan on whether or not the players knew the OT rules or asked about the players not knowing OT rules.
We did say, and we told everyone as we were waiting for the coin toss, hey, review everyone with them, make sure they're sure before we go out. So we asked the position coach to do that, but no, I didn't cover it in a meeting on the Super Bowl week. I don't think that changes anything. We did it with our analytics department. We decided that going into the playoffs. I think you guys know how I've explained how I make decisions with that stuff in the past. I take all the information I can get, especially ones I haven't been in, and our analysts felt that was the best way to go. But as you guys know, I don't always just go with that. I take into account what they say, what they think is right, and then I go off my gut in the heat of battle, and I knew what they felt going into it. And when I think about that during the moments I have to make the decision, I think the type of game it did match what they felt was the best way to do. It did seem more like a field goal game, and our defense had been out there for a real long time right before that. So I didn't feel at all to override that at the time.
So like, there's a couple things. I agree. I know you've had a reconsidering of that. I agreed with him in real time, and I agree with him still to this time. Taking the ball first in overtime, I'm with that because the defense was gassed. I really thought they're gassed. Here's where I disagree. You could not go the final 2 drives and think that field goals were winning it against that guy. There are certain guys in sports, Tiger Woods, Steph Curry I would put in there, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Roger Clemens or Barry Bonds. Throw the numbers out the window. You're tempting fate. These are some of they're outliers for a reason. The other thing that
go ahead, finish.
Well, the other thing I take umbrage is like he goes, I talked with my analytics department regarding like the whole overtime thing. Here's what I would say, like, what do you mean by the analytics department? There's only been one other playoff game ever that's gone to, or Super Bowl game that's gone to overtime. Okay. And there's one other playoff game in recent memory. That data is too small. Are you talking about college?
Right.
Because if you're talking about college, they get the ball to 25. And that doesn't carry. Those analytics don't carry over for me. So I wanted a follow-up question on what are the analytics you're citing. Because you reference gut, and I agree with the gut, and I'm with you. I'm 100% with you on the gut. Because I agree with that decision. But then I go back to like, what analytics are you citing?
See, I disagree with the decision now a day later.
That's
I'm
fine.
playing by the quarterback. In real time, I said, okay, defense is gas. I watched them. But at the same time, the Kansas City Chiefs, since they won the game, nobody's going to question them. But Andy Reid elected to kick a field goal with 6 seconds left and one timeout.
What did you and I say to each other?
I said, wow, he just bailed out the 49ers.
They got,
because I feel like
it was 9 seconds, right?
9 seconds.
When they got down, when Kelsey got down. And you and I said, how many plays do they have?
2.
At
least
plays
2.
and then a
at
field
least
goal.
2. At least 2.
That's
and
what we
so
thought.
They bailed out the 49ers by electing to kick a field goal with 6 seconds left. I couldn't believe they did that. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. So you got a lifeline.
Yes.
And so now when I revisit that situation, I'm thinking to myself, take the damn ball, score a touchdown, and get a stop. Because if you kick a field goal here, Mahomes has scored a touchdown. You're not getting to a third possession. You're not at all.
No.
And so you play for the field goal and you got burned. So my thought process is we're the better team. Let's go down and score and let's get a stop.
What about
or you kick it off and you get a stop, because what if Kansas City faces a 4th and 1 on their first possession? Are they going for it or are they punting it away?
That's a great question.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Let me see what Kansas City does.
Yeah.
So then
I know
my second drive, okay, this is what we need. They kick a field goal, we need 6 to go win the Super Bowl. They could score a touchdown and they kick a field goal. Well, you know what? I'm going to go score a touchdown, and I'm going for 2 because they're not getting a chance to score. So you know what I'm saying?
No, it's a great point. And so that's you're saying about the kicking it to them, which I'm gonna go on the side, and I totally get your point of the revisionist and thinking about it more and more. I believe it was the right decision. That's just me, because the defense was gassed, and I wanted to see them, get some rest. It felt like they were on the field a lot. Here's the area where I have the issue. I look over and I say to myself, 2 field goals on your final 2 possessions was not beating that guy in that moment, given all the circumstances that I was feeling in that stadium. That's just me. You needed 6 on one of those possessions. And here's where I bring this up. Incongruent aggression. You went for it on the 4th and 3. You went for it on the 4th and 3, but then you didn't go for it on the 4th and 5 to get the
overtime.
field goal. And then
but you can't go for it in that situation. You have to kick the 3. You have to get some points. You don't get 4th and 5. All Kansas City needs is a field goal.
No,
and they're starting to move the ball. So you have to come away from that with points.
But see, that's where I say that 3rd down call to me
should have been a run play.
Well, it should have been baked in that we got to get a yard here. We got to get something.
Because I don't even go for it on 4th and 4.
It's 4 down territory to me.
I don't even go for it on 4th and 4. But if it's 4th and 2, then maybe I go for it.
Okay, so then
but then I go back to 2-minute warning in regulation. You had the 2-minute warning to discuss your 3rd and 5 play. Why not use that as 4 down territory? Why not run the ball on 3rd and 5 and then go for it on 4th and 2? You know what I'm saying? Instead, you settle for a long field goal. That I think is really... You settled for a long field goal, which you made, but that was no chip shot.
Did you hear Trent Williams? We've played the sound. Trent Williams is like, we can't take a sack here. We can't take a sack here.
Yep.
And, like, the batted down ball was as bad as a sack because it stopped the clock. You got no yards.
Exactly.
Nothing happened. So, like, I hear them on you can't take a sack and lose yards and then get out of field goal range, but also stopping the clock in that situation is equally as bad.
That's what I'm saying. You run the ball, you make them burn a timeout, then you have another decision to make if you don't get the first down. Now, you should have got the first down because listen to this.
We get a first down, we knock a lot of time off this clock. Biggest play of the game right here.
Your best play that you have in your book right now. Because you don't want to give Mahomes the ball back.
All right. Hey, man, we got no sacks, obviously.
Hey, alert the pressure. We cannot take a sack.
Christian. Got him. Give it to him.
Woo, that was a good move.
And that was a Kansas City defender said, boy, that was a good move by McCaffrey.
Did you hear
the Texas route?
Did you hear the official? The officials were talking, and they said, you got to go with your best play.
You got to go with your best play.
The official said, you can't give it back to Mahomes. What did you and I say when they got the ball, like, whatever, 4.5?
Well, it's just like that in Super Bowl 54. It's why people don't ever bring this up.
What?
They complete the pass to Emmanuel Sanders. There's still 1:30 left on the clock.
Too much time.
It's in Super Bowl 54. So Kyle Shanahan misplayed his hand at the end of both halves in both Super Bowl. We'll go back to Super Bowl 54. I'll scream this until I'm blue in my face. Not calling a timeout with 1:40 left in the 10-10 football game, knowing that you could double up on Kansas City, was one of the most egregious mistakes I've seen in Super Bowl history.
And what about
in
him?
terms of that?
And
so
109.
Hold on. And in the end of the game, you throw the ball 4 straight times from midfield with 3 timeouts left and a minute 49 left when the run game was still in play.
Yep.
But you call 4 straight passes with the quarterback you don't trust, Jimmy Garoppolo. That's on Kyle Shanahan. Fast forward to the Super Bowl. And in the first half, second down, screaming timeout. Call a timeout. You're not going to get the ball for an hour in real time. Kansas City receives the second half kickoff.
Yep.
Call a timeout to try to get another shot to score before halftime or touch the football. But you don't do that. But then you get the ball back with 26 seconds left and 2 timeouts, and you run a run play to Christian McCaffrey instead of trying to get. And Jake Moody was on fire. And he could kick a deep one.
And why did you burn the timeout? They had the third timeout. If you're not going to go for the gusto and throw one down the middle of the field, like none of it made any sense.
So
it was incongruent.
So I think Shanahan misplayed his hand at the end of regulation, calling that pass play, got batted down. You got lucky at the end of regulation because Kansas City settled for a field goal with 6 seconds left. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe Andy Reid did that. Then you go to overtime, and now I fully reversed my opinion on that. They should have kicked the ball off. Chris Jones basically saying they are crazy for doing that. But this goes into not prepping for overtime. Kansas City was prepared for overtime. They discussed this.
That really bugs you.
How do you not be prepared for every situation? Bill Belichick is prepared for every situation. Bill Walsh prepared for everything. Bill Parcells, everything.
Yeah.
The fact that there was confusion about overtime rules.
Well, that's what shocked me about Baldy yesterday. He was so nonchalant about it. It doesn't change anything. I'm like, the hell it doesn't.
No.
The hell it doesn't.
No.
Those who fail to prepare have prepared to fail.
And it makes the 49ers look bad.
Yes.
The team leaders. Kyle Juszczyk is one of the smartest football players in this league.
Yeah, he's an Ivy League.
Eric Armstead, your defensive captain.
Yeah, seen it all.
Yeah, we didn't know the rules. We didn't know what was going on.
Crazy to me.
So again, I know people were kind of mocking us about this. I've heard some other radio shows kind of mock us for this. If the Niners would have scored a touchdown on the first possession, you're telling me some guys wouldn't have celebrated like they won the Super Bowl? They obviously didn't know the rules.
And to your point, the 15-yard penalty would absolutely have been in play.
Guys would have been throwing helmets left and right.
Yeah.
Oh, we just won a Super Bowl. Wait, hold up a minute. They get another possession. That's bad. That's on the head coach. It's disgusting.
On everybody.
They blew the damn. You know.